Recently, there is a shocking news circulating in the media. European Union food safety authorities have identified that approximately 527 food products from India contain carcinogenic or cancer-causing chemicals. More shocking is, Indian spices have been banned abroad because they contain cancer-causing chemical called ethylene oxide above the permissible levels. Notable Indian spice brands, including MDH and Everest, have come under scrutiny for allegedly containing traces of ethylene oxide. This issue has led to a ban on these products in Hong Kong and Singapore, and now the European Union has also imposed restrictions, underscoring the widespread nature of the contamination. The company's products are hugely popular in India. Most of the Indians are non-vegetarians. They buy various spice products available in the Indian market for preparing popular non-vegetarian foods. Vegetarians are not exceptions. They too buy various spice products for preparing vegetarian foods. They never worry about ingredients and preservatives used in making the products, or the ratio and proportion of these. Okay, let's see about the ban. MDH and Everest products are exported to countries across Europe, Asia, and North America. Currently, these spices are under scrutiny in international markets, including the US, Hong Kong, Singapore, and the European Union. The Center for Food Safety of the Government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region announced on April 5 that they found ethylene oxide in 3 spice mixes from the MDH group: Madras curry powder, Sambar masala powder, and curry powder. Okay, what is ethylene oxide? Ethylene oxide is an extremely toxic chemical, and importantly a powerful carcinogen, when breathed into your body. At room temperature, it is a flammable and colorless gas with a sweet odor. In smaller quantities, ethylene oxide is used as a pesticide and sterilizing agent, but its primary use is as a chemical intermediate in the production of ethylene glycol. Prolonged exposure to ethylene oxide is hazardous, and can lead to serious health issues, including cancer. Acute toxicity data from animal studies suggest that exposure to 8000 ppm for 10 minutes, 4000 ppm for 30 minutes, or 2000 ppm for 60 minutes can cause injury or death. Coming to the point, ethylene oxide is used as a fumigating agent for spices. Ethylene oxide, when used as a fumigating agent for spices, is known to cause cancer. Its use in food sterilization has been phased out in many countries, including New Zealand, Australia, Europe, Singapore, and the United States. The Environmental Protection Agency has already declared that ethylene oxide is carcinogenic to humans when inhaled. Evidence shows that ethylene oxide has the risk of lymphoid cancer and, for females, breast cancer. Other health effects of ethylene oxide include headaches, slowed neurological functions, irritation of the eyes, nose, throat, and lungs, shortness of breath, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Long-term exposure can lead to serious issues, such as brain and nervous system damage, lung disease, and an increased risk of stomach and blood cancers. Following the ban in Singapore and Hong Kong, Nepal's Department of Food Technology and Quality Control has prohibited the import, sale, and consumption of these 2 Indian spice brands, due to concerns about high levels of ethylene oxide. A question arises automatically among people about the quality of other spice products in the Indian market. Are they really ideal for consumption? We don't know the answer. FSSAI, India's food safety regulator, has initiated sampling of powdered spices, including popular brands MDH and Everest, following quality concerns raised by Singapore and Hong Kong. The Spices Board of India is investigating the ban imposed by these countries. In reference to the alleged presence of ethylene oxide in some of its products, MDH said that these claims are untrue and lack any substantiating evidence. The Spice Board of India and food regulator, FSSAI, have not received any communication or test reports from Hong Kong or Singapore authorities regarding this matter, MDH stated. This reinforces the fact that the allegations against MDH are baseless, unsubstantiated, and not backed by any concrete evidence, the statement said. We reassure our buyers and consumers that we do not use ethylene oxide at any stage of storing, processing, or packing our spices, the statement added. India is the world's largest producer, consumer, and exporter of spices. In 2022-23, the country exported spices worth nearly 32,000 crore rupees. Chili, cumin, spice oil and oleoresins, turmeric, curry powder and cardamom are major spices exported. US research on ethylene oxide usage. The American Spice Trade Association informed in a letter that both the US Food and Drug Administration and the US Environmental Protection Agency have concluded that consumption of spices treated with ethylene oxide is safe. The statement came after Hong Kong and Singapore took action against MDH and Everest food products. As already mentioned, people now prefer to purchase ready-made spices rather than preparing them at home. This trend suggests a growing inclination towards convenience. In the past, people used hand-ground or homemade spices, and they had no serious health issues. Today, the situation is different. However, to mitigate these health concerns, it is important for people to be willing to prepare their own spices.